Hello friends. In today's episode, you will find the authorities in the US and China who have decided that the stage of uncontrolled AI development is over. A new AI that can use the internet like a human being, ChatGPT, which consumes 1 liter of water for every 50 requests. A UAV with underwater diving capabilities from Chinese developers, and the Ingenuity Martian helicopter, which has made its 50th flight. All this and more right now. Let's roll. We begin today's issue with China, which plans to begin security screening generative AI services before allowing them to enter the market. This raises uncertainty about the continued operation of GPT's rival chatbots, represented by the country's largest tech company, including Baidu and Alibaba. In parallel, US authorities are also exploring the need to verify artificial intelligence tools because of growing concerns that they could be used for destructive purposes. China's Cyberspace Administration reports that service providers must ensure that content is accurate and respects intellectual property, and does not discriminate or compromise the security of the country or its citizens. AI operators must also clearly label AI-generated content. These requirements are part of Beijing's efforts to regulate the explosive growth of generative AI after OpenAI's ChatGPT launched an artificial intelligence race last November. Companies from Alibaba to Baidu are seeking to build a robust next-generation artificial intelligence platform for the world's largest online marketplace. In March, Baidu, which is considered the leader in China's generative neural network market, launched testing of the Ernie chatbot. Following this, Alibaba announced a chatbot called Tongyi Qianwen in open beta testing for corporate customers by invitation. Similar processes are taking place in the West, where Google, Microsoft, and others are developing their AI models. The U.S. Department of Commerce has just issued an official announcement about the need to certify potentially risky AI models before releasing them. Meanwhile, the startup HyperWrite has developed an app based on generative AI that helps you better express your thoughts by picking up the endings of phrases and sentences. The other day it unveiled something new, an experimental personal assistant that can search the internet for information and interact with sites like a human. Announcing the novelty, the head of HyperWrite wrote on Twitter that the personal assistant will allow us to rethink how we interact with the internet. The startup's head describes personal assistant as the first user-centric AI agent that can interact with a browser like a human. At the same time, a program with such skills could be vulnerable to phishing, hacking, and other fraud schemes. The AI could be used for evil to hack a company website, manipulate or spread spam on social networks, Schumer acknowledged, and said his startup takes the security issue very seriously. American researchers have calculated how much water the OpenAI servers consume. It turns out that a neural network needs 1 liter of water to answer 50 questions. According to analysts' calculations, 700,000 liters of water a day were required only for the creation and training of AI based on the GPT-3 language model. This is comparable to the daily consumption of a suburb with a population of 5,000 people. It is not yet clear exactly how much of the learning process of this AI model took place. It is worth noting that the chatbot from OpenAI based on the GPT-3 consumes half as much water, 1 liter per 100 questions. The latest version of the chatbot with the language model can be safely called a water hungry. The OpenAI servers consume as much water per day as it takes to build 320 Tesla cars. As of February 2023, 13 million users a day visit the ChatGPT site. That's 150 people per second. It's creepy to imagine how many total requests the AI chat site has fulfilled. It gets creepier when you translate all the requests into liters of wasted water. According to Microsoft, the companies use a separate supercomputer that handles the ChatGPT calculation. This server consists of 10,000 video cards and 285,000 processor cores. Not only do they require water, they also require a lot of electricity. It took more than 1,300 megawatt-hours just to train the ChatGPT. The same amount is consumed in a year by 200 people. Also, this amount of energy is enough to make 550 trips from New York to San Francisco in an electric car. Fly on, DJI has unveiled a huge drone, the Inspire 3, which is aimed at professional filmmakers. The novelty is equipped with a full-frame camera that supports shooting 8K video. You can buy the flying machine will be available this summer. The drone is equipped with Zenmuse X9 8K camera built on a full-frame 8K sensor. The camera supports a wide range of colors and is compatible with a variety of lenses. Dual ASO and more than 14 steps of dynamic range ensure quality images in low light and make them more saturated. It supports 360-degree panoramic shooting, full-frame shooting at 30 frames per second, and video recording in various formats, including Cinema DNG and Apple ProRes. It is possible to record ProRes 4K video at 120 frames per second without cropping. The drone uses DJI 3 Pro's proprietary data transmission control system with a maximum video transmission range of 15 kilometers (200 meters). The drone supports Waypoint Pro and omnidirectional sensing to support precise flight paths. The design includes 9 sensors to help detect obstacles and avoid collisions. A pair of TB51 hot swappable batteries provide up to 28 minutes of flight time. The drone can accelerate up to 94 kilometers per hour, and its ascent and descent speed is up to 8 meters per second. The maximum altitude above sea level is 7,000 meters with special propellers. Engineers from a Chinese university in Hong Kong have released a versatile quadcopter. It can soar in the sky like a bird and swim underwater like a fish. The drone has 4 turbines, which can spread out in the air. When the machine is submerged, the propellers rotate so that the quadcopter can maneuver in the liquid. The drone is equipped with a smart system with a 2-speed gearbox that adjusts the speed of each propeller. The density of water is different from that of air, so the drone has to work differently to move in a given direction. The developers said they are working on a larger version. The size of the drone will be 1.8 meters. Such a giant will be able to lift underwater objects and pull them to the surface. News about the development of new anodes by different laboratories come in plenty, but there are almost no examples of their successful implementation. Against this background, the Sila company from California stands out. It announced the availability of its nanocomposite anode Titan silicon. Mercedes-Benz already liked the development, so its effectiveness will be appreciated by the owners of the future G-Class electric SUV. According to Sila, the Titan silicon anode, made of a high-performance nanocomposite material, replaces the usual graphite. It increases battery capacity enough to add about 160 kilometers of range for market flagships like the Lucid Air Grand Touring with a range of 830 kilometers. And future versions of the anodes, as the company promises, will be twice as efficient. As for charging speed, the new anode replenishes the battery's energy reserve from 10% to 80% in 20 minutes. For batteries that now take 60 minutes to do so, that's really progress. In the future, Sila hopes to get it down to 10 minutes. The company emphasizes that Titan silicon is a ready-made solution, replacing the graphite anode already used in the Whoop 4.0 fitness bracelet, which, according to ads, holds a charge for 4 to 5 days. They are also going to equip batteries in Mercedes-Benz electric cars, starting with the G-Class SUV, which was announced in 2021. On April 13, 2023, NASA's Ingenuity Martian helicopter made its 50th anniversary flight. To consolidate its success, the vehicle took off at a new record height of 18 meters, raising the bar by another 2 meters. Soon there will be another milestone day for the helicopter. April 19th will be exactly 2 years since it arrived on Mars. During that time, the helicopter has worn out, but continues to work and fly beyond all expectations of the developers. On its 50th flight, Ingenuity flew 322 meters 20 centimeters in 145.7 seconds. That wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but the team did allow itself an altitude record of 18 meters, beating the previous bar of 16 meters set on its 49th flight on April 2nd. The helicopter is now in flying passenger mode. It needs to keep up with the Perseverance rover. The rover has its own science program and its own route, and it's pretty fast. It can't wait for the helicopter to catch up. And the helicopter can't contact Earth and get commands without the Perseverance repeater. The rover is currently making its way to the top of the ancient river delta in the Azero crater. This is highly rugged terrain, with many hazards from rocks to uneven landing sites. The worn-out machine could crash at any moment, but it hasn't happened yet and hopefully it won't happen soon. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more techno news.